A very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television with me, Soundri Jayawardena. Let's look at the headlines first. Reduction of charges at the Bandaranaike International Airport garners positive feedback from airlines, says Chairman of Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. Asian Development Bank will provide $160 million for a railway efficiency improvement project. News in detail. Chairman of Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, Joan Jayaratne, mentions that there is a positive feedback from airlines following the reduction of charges at the Bandaranaike International Airport.
The news that I'm getting in the last 24 hours is that the airlines are very, very positive on this, and we will definitely be seeing an increase in frequencies, and it has been very, very heartening to get this news. Now, essentially, the ground handling, I think the BA and the SLA will be able to update you further on this. Each airline has a different agreement with regard to ground handling with Sri Lankan Airlines, and instead of doing a blanket discount, we have formulated a percentile based on the type of aircraft that's coming in, as well as the frequency. So that's the formula that's being followed. With regard to fuel, it was decided that we look at the fuel pricing in Chennai, which is a median price for India, and we found that that would be the best price point for us to follow. With regard to the embarkation levy, which was at $50, was increased by $10 at the last budget discussions, but we were able to keep that at $50 going forward. So all of these would relate to about 20 to 25% reduction in overall operations of an airline.
Furthermore, Chairman of Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, Joan Jayaratne, also mentioned that there was a significant tourism boost on last Sunday and that tourism will definitely be stable in near future.
I'm also very happy to say as of Sunday, we recorded a 3,700 plus tourist arrival number as of Sunday. That's just for Sunday. And our median arrival numbers for that period was about 7,000 in 2018. So we are very well on the path to, I wouldn't even say recovery, I think we are very well on the path to reaching the numbers that we intended to reach. Perhaps not the 3 million, but we will at least reach somewhere close to where we were in 2018. Just to give you an idea, as of the end of May, we exceeded the 1 million mark as far as tourist arrivals were concerned. So if you were to look at it from a very, very conservative standpoint, at 60,000 arrivals a month for the next 6 months, we will top 2 million. We'll be somewhere in the 2 million to 2 million 100, 2 million 200 kind of range. And last year, in 2018, we had a 2.3 million, 2.33 million to be exact, was the number that we were looking at. So I think the recovery, the way I see it, is happening much faster than we anticipated. And we will continue to very, very aggressively market the destination. And no other plans that we had in the past has been changed.
Asian Development Bank, which has been a strong partner in development of Sri Lanka since 1966, will provide $160 million for railway efficiency improvement project. ADB officials in Sri Lanka asserted that the proposed project has been already concluded and ADB hopes to obtain the Sri Lankan government's approval for the project. The Railway Efficiency Improvement Project is drafted to support immediate improvements in the operation, maintenance, safety and skills development by improving the efficiency of railway operations. ADB also intends to make a responsible commitment to the well-being of the society, economy and environment while uplifting the quality of lives of the vast rural communities in each province in the country. The ADB officials also said the project will address key bottlenecks in the railway network through the modernization of the telecommunication system, ticketing and seat reservation system. Speaking on ADB's overall operations in Sri Lanka, particularly its investment commitment in the transport sector, ADB Country Director in Sri Lanka, Sri Widowati, recently stressed the need to develop the transport sector in Sri Lanka to better achieve set social economic targets in the country. Minister of Social Welfare and Primary Industries, Daya Gamage, states that due attention for an aging population is vital to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, and Sri Lanka should ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages, including for older women. Minister made these remarks at a policy dialogue on population aging titled Aging Without Limits, organized by the United Nations Population Fund in partnership with the Ministry of Primary Industries and Social Empowerment together with Helpage Sri Lanka. Thus, this policy dialogue convened the second of a series of high-level policy dialogue on population aging, along with the objective to provide policy-level inputs to maximize the opportunity of population aging with learning from other countries. The theme for this dialogue was feminization of aging, which focused on the gender dimensions of population aging, sexual and reproductive health, and social protection issues. Highlighting on issues around gender inequality, representative of UNFPA Sri Lanka, Ritsunekan, emphasized that women spend more time in unpaid care work than men, and as a result, older women are more likely than older men to be poor without savings or pension. Subsequently, it was highlighted at the dialogue that the life expectancy of a Sri Lankan woman is 79 years as opposed to 72 years for a Sri Lankan man, and with the fastest growing aging population in South Asia, it is predicted that by 2030, 1 in 5 Sri Lankans will be over the age of 60. Thus, with the majority of Sri Lanka's aging population being women, feminization of aging brings about unique challenges and opportunities that the country must be prepared for. Let's go for a short commercial break. Welcome back. The launch of green clubs for the objective of conserving the environment was held in Colombo yesterday under the patronage of Minister of Finance Mangala Samaravira. Thus, through the Budget Proposal 2019, a proposal was made to establish community-based green clubs in each divisional secretariat with the active participation of the society. At the national level, the main committee of the project will consist of the Secretary to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Secretary to the Ministry of Environment, Deputy Secretary to the Treasury, and 5 members from the civil society, and total endowment of 450 million rupees has been allocated for the establishment of green clubs. Thus, Minister of Internal and Home Affairs and Provincial Councils and Local Government Vajra Abeyewardena, Minister of Tourism Development, Wildlife and Christian Religious Affairs John Amaratunga, State Minister of Finance Iran Vikramaratne, and several other state officials were present at the event. The government decides to obtain services for conducting a forensic audit and review of selected institutions regulated and supervised by the central bank. Thus, cabinet approval was previously given to seek the services of an advisory procurement committee to carry out the forensic audit and review of the selected institutions, which is under the purview of the central bank. However, the Advisory Procurement Committee appointed by the ministers had mentioned that the range of the bids was massive and had mentioned revising the relevant cost estimate while calling for bids is favourable. Thus, upon the decision of the Advisory Procurement Committee, the Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal presented by the Finance Minister to revise the relevant cost estimate and call for bids to select the appropriate agency for the proposed work and to seek the services of the Advisory Procurement Committee appointed previously. During the recent cabinet meeting, the ministers approved to liquidate the procurement process with Buick Travel Publis Company and to construct the fishery harbour Gandhara using local funds. This was a combined proposal presented by Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock Development, Irrigation and Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development. During a previous cabinet meeting, it was initially decided that Buick Travel Publis should provide an independent capability assessment and a local engineering assessment on the construction of the Gandhara and Gurunagar fishing harbours. However, since the Buick Travel Publis Company failed to provide a comprehensive project proposal on the due date, it was decided to liquidate the procurement process with the company and to construct the fishery harbour Gandhara using local funds. Let's take a look at few stories for the day in brief. The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka recently signed a new investment agreement with Wakana JPN Private Limited to set up a boutique hotel in Ahungalle. Chairman of the BOI, Mangalayapa, signed the agreement with company directors Hiroyuki Ota and TG Sunil Vikraman. Thus, Wakana JPN Private Limited will set up exclusively to construct and operate a 21-room new boutique hotel in Ahungale with an investment of $8.4 million. The ambassador of Sri Lanka to the Federative Republic of Brazil, Mustafa M. Jaffer, undertook a visit to Brazil on 27 June 2019 as a part of the economic diplomacy program of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thus, during the discussion with President of the Chamber of Foreign Trade of the Commercial and Industrial Association of Goiás, Rubens Jose Filetti, affirmed ACIEG's readiness to join hands with foreign embassies to promote trade between respective countries and invited Sri Lanka to participate at state promotional events regularly. We'll be going for a short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 9.80 points to close at 5,540.40 and the S&P SL20 gained 20.65 points to close at 2,600.74. The turnover was 550 million rupees and over 20 million shares were traded. Up next, our forex rates. That's all news for today. Do join us tomorrow with State of Business. Until then, take care. Goodbye.